Hi everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some mini sized products and one like regular sized product that I picked up during the Sephora sale. And I was going to review these for you right after I purchased them, but I waited until the last minute to purchase them myself. So the sale was over and I didn't want to show them to you then, and you can't get them on sale, but it is Black Friday, and I did notice that there are sales absolutely everywhere. So you should be able to find these products on sale either on the maker's website or at Sephora or various other places where these products are sold. And the fact that I'm sharing them with you today, weeks after I purchased them and have been using them, I really have an opinion on how I feel about them and how to best use them. And if I didn't like them, I would have returned them by now. I wouldn't have even had them here to share them with you. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to review for you today, and I'll give you more details about the products as I use them. The first one is a foundation, and is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and it looks like this. I do have a combination oily, mature skin type. So when I was younger, my skin was very, very oily. And now I'm 53 years old and I do still have an oily T-zone and the rest of my skin is normal. So when people say combination skin, it doesn't always mean combination oily. It could be combination dry too. So but the fact that my skin is mature and I do use glycolics from time to time and things like that, I do get the occasional dry patch, although I do hydrate a lot. So this works beautifully on my skin, and I still have it here to share with you because it's a keeper. I did intend to go in and purchase the Nars Radiant Longwear Foundation that I did receive in a mini size a while back, and I loved it. That isn't the new foundation. It's like the middle foundation. So they have the new foundation, which is also like a luminous foundation. That wasn't the one I was going to pick up. I've watched so many reviews on that product, and I think it would be a little too luminous on my oily skin. But the Radiant Longwear, I'll link it, is beautiful also on my combination skin, and it's long wearing and it's radiant. I still want to pick it up, and it might be on sale right now on the Nars website. And if it is, I can't say that I won't purchase it. I'm so tempted, but this is really beautiful. I decided to go with the matte because it is like a matte, not a flat matte, but just like a nice soft matte, skin-like. And it feels very lightweight on the skin. So I'll show you how I use this, and I'll tell you more about it as I use it. And then the next product is the Natasha Denona Mini Biba Palette. And it looks like this. And I will share swatches with you. And I've been collecting these palettes, these little $25 mini palettes whenever they go on sale somewhere. I try to pick one up, and I think I have like 5 of them now. I also have another one, the Nude palette, which is absolutely beautiful too. And if you'd like to see how I use this one, I'd be happy to use it or even compare it to the Biba because they are kind of similar in some ways. So this is the Mini Biba and this is the Mini Nude. The Mini Nude has 3 shimmers in it, whereas this one only has 1. But the deeper shade, while being similar to these 2 shades in the Biba palette, it's still different. This one is a little more like an orangey red, and these 2 are not. And then you have like a nice nude shade that kind of leans a little camel colored or golden. So they look similar, but they're very different. And I'm glad that I have both. I'll be reviewing this one for you today and sharing with you what I like about it and what I don't like about it. And then last but not least, I have the Natasha Denona Mini Rose Cheek and Highlighter Palette. And I will also share with you how to best use this palette because it can be a tricky little guy, and why I like it and what I don't like about it. So we are just going to jump right in and try out these products. I think it's a good time to share them with you because although you might have missed them during the Sephora sale, they will either be on sale today, between now today and the holiday. So yeah, if I can find them on sale, I will definitely link the sale. but otherwise I'll just link them from Sephora, wherever I purchased it from. So yeah, just a few products, and I'll show you what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and hopefully give you a pretty thorough review. Let's just jump in and get started. First thing I'm going to do is put on the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and I don't have anything on my face except my moisturizer. So my face is a little bit pink from applying my moisturizer, but I definitely do not have like perfect skin right now. As you can see, I've got some freckles on my cheeks, some redness a little bit around my eyes, and a couple of blemishes. So my skin is not in perfect condition, and this is a fuller coverage, soft matte finish foundation. And what I really like about this, since I've been using it the past few weeks, is that even though this claims to be a full coverage, I think it's really more of a medium coverage, but it's easily built up to a full coverage. And it comes out like a serum, really kind of runny. So it does come out a runny or watery consistency, and it does have botanical extracts and hyaluronic acid in the formula for keeping your skin hydrated while you're wearing the foundation. And it also has antioxidants in it, and one of the claims is that it will not oxidize during the day. So the shade that you get is the shade that it will stay all day long, and I do believe that's true. So if you were to put a little swatch of it on your hand in Sephora or Ulta and walk around for a while, sometimes they'll oxidize and it looks a little different, 20 minutes later. This will look exactly the same all day long. And it does have microspheres that absorb oil in it. And I'm not quite sure what that is. It says it's microspheres or micro powders. And I guess even though it is a watery or runny consistency, it does seem to be like a powdery finish once it dries down, and it dries down quickly. So, but you don't have to work fast. It's just really easy to spread out, and it's really easy to build up. So if you usually just use one thin layer like I do, and you feel like you need more coverage, go around with one more layer and it won't look cakey or I don't know, it won't look thick on your skin, and it feels very lightweight. And that's what I really like, because it is a fuller coverage foundation and it is a very long wearing foundation. It claims to give you 16 hours of wear. Sometimes those kinds of formulas can feel a little heavy on your skin. And after you put your foundation on, you're still not done. You still need to apply your blush, your highlighter, maybe a little bronzer, a little setting powder. So you're still applying several more products on top of your foundation typically. So I really like my foundation to feel very lightweight on my skin. This is how it looks with just one go around, with a teeny bit added in on my cheeks and like under my eyes. I'm using it as a concealer presently, and I really like it. I find that it doesn't gather in my fine lines and wrinkles. It doesn't accentuate texture or pores, and that's really important to me. This seems to be like my problem area, and it doesn't give me any problems. It claims to last for 16 hours, but I never really wear my foundations that long to put it to the test, but it does definitely wear beautifully for like a 10-hour day, which is how long I typically have my foundations on. It's just a really beautiful foundation, especially for someone who has combination oily, mature skin. I think it's a really good one. It doesn't adhere to dry patches or anything like that. Now we're going to move on to eyes, and I'm going to use the mini Biba eyeshadow palette from Natasha Denona. I've been slowly collecting almost all of these mini palettes. I think I have 5 or 6 of them now since they started releasing the mini palettes, which retail for about $25. But when Natasha Denona has a sale or Sephora has a sale, it's a great time to pick them up for even less than that. So I have been getting quite a collection of the Natasha Denona mini palettes, and this is the Biba. And I will go through each shade and the swatches with you. So first step, from left to right, we have Bruno, which is a dark brown cream to matte finish. And then we have Izzy, which is also a cream to matte finish, and it's a light, warmer brown. Then we have Blaze, which is a nude peachy metallic, and it just melts right into your skin, not glittery. And then we have Plush, which is another cream to matte in a brighter coral shade. And then lastly, we have Wink, which is a cream to powder finish. And it's just a nice plummy brown. I already started on my right eye, and I'm going to go ahead and catch up my left eye. So what I'm going to do is take Wink, which is a cream to powder formula, and I really like Natasha Denona's cream to powder formulas. I find that they're very easy to blend and easy to work with, and I'm just going to put this all over my mobile lid. And even though this is like just a 5-pan palette, I really like these palettes because there's still so many looks that you can achieve using different techniques, like using the lighter shades on the inner part of your eye and then smoking them out on the outer part. That's what I typically do, but today I decided just to do something different. So I'm using Wink, the cream to powder, all over my mobile lid, and I did go right directly into my crease. And you can see how easy this blends out, and it doesn't get patchy at all. And it's really hard to go overboard with this shade because you can keep blending it and it won't get patchy. It will sheer out, but it takes a little bit of blending to do that. And I like that. It gives you a lot of control. Next, I'm going in with Plush, which is a cream matte. And it's just this kind of peachy shade. And it's a really beautiful shade to complement the kind of burgundy and terracotta brownish shades in the palette. And I'm using Plush to go over my crease. And for me, with my aging eyes and deep set eyes, what I have in my crease will naturally kind of fall in when I look straight at you. So this will be my crease shade, even though it's above my crease. It's just my trick to not have my eyeshadow disappear into my eye socket. Now I'm gonna go in with a damp angled brush. I'm just using Prep and Prime from MAC. And I'm going to go in with Bruno, which is a cream to matte. And Bruno does look patchy when I use it as an eyeshadow. So that is why I ended up putting the cream to powder formula Wink on my mobile lid, and I'm saving Bruno for liner. When I've tried to use Bruno on my lid, it doesn't blend out as nicely as the cream to powder formula. So I use it as an eyeliner instead. So I'm just picking that up with my damp angled brush. And I'm just gonna kind of stamp my liner where I want it to be. And Bruno makes a much better liner than it does an eyeshadow shade on me, in my personal opinion. Next, I'm just going to take Blaze, which is a nice nude metallic shade, and I'm just picking it up on a regular just shader brush, and I'm going to pop that in the center of my lid. This is really pretty. It doesn't have any kick up or fallout, so you won't have any glitter or sparkles or anything like that beneath your eye, and it will stay just where you want it. And I really like that a lot. So now I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the Izzy shade, the only shade I haven't used yet, and it's a cream matte. And I wiped off the same brush I used to apply the Bruno for my liner, and I'm just going to go over the Bruno beneath my lower lash line just to kind of smudge that out and smoke it out a little bit. Now I'm gonna go put on a couple coats of Monsier Big Mascara from Lancôme. Okay, let's move on to cheeks. And I have the Rose Cheek and Highlighter Duo, and this is in the cream to powder formula that Natasha Denona is so great at creating. And it does come in this really pretty kind of rose gold metallic compact. It does have a mirror, and in the compact you have the pink shade, and this is like a rosebud pink. I wouldn't call it a mauvey pink. You know, when I think of rose, this is called the Rose cheek and highlight duo. I think of maybe a little more dusty or a little mauve-y. This is definitely more of a rosebud pink, and the blush definitely feels like a cream when you rub your finger through it, and then it does dry down to that powder finish that Natasha is known for. And the highlighter feels a little more of like a powder to me, but it is still called a cream to powder finish. So that's my description of the two shades. The way I like to apply this is using my fingers, because it is a creamy formula when you first apply it, and then, like I said, it does dry down to that powder. So you get much more concentrated color with your finger than if you were to use a brush. In my experience, when I do use a brush, I usually just use this Morphe angled blush brush, and I do use this to blend it out. But for putting the color down in the first place, it definitely saves me time to use my fingers, because, like I said, it just comes out a little more concentrated, and then you can blend it out with the brush after you apply it onto your cheeks. And I'm just gonna use the same brush to pick up the highlighter, and I'm just swirling it around in the highlighter and just applying that at the tops of my cheek, the apple of my cheek, and blending that out. And it just adds that little bit of a metallic finish. Since the Biba palette only has one kind of sparkly or metallic shade right here, it isn't light enough to use on my arch of my brow, but this is. So I'm just gonna pick this up with my brush and apply this right into the arch of my brow to achieve that highlight. And that is so pretty. With this, they're just perfect together. And this is not a new product to me. I've had this and I love it. And it's from Dioraddict, and it's like a balm. And this is the shade. It's got that balm in the center of it. It feels very hydrating and balmy on my lips, but yet it delivers enough color to satisfy me that I have some lipstick on. So I'm just gonna apply this and I'll be right back. So I hope you enjoyed my review of some new products that I picked up during the Sephora sale. And right now is Black Friday, and I know many websites, Nars, Natasha, Denona, MAC, Lancôme, they're all having sales of their own. In fact, before I made this video, I went to the Nars website, and this is on sale for, I think, $35, down from $40 or $42. And I think that's what I ended up paying for it with my discount during the Sephora sale. So you can still get it on sale. And if you're wanting to pull in the concealer, it might be a good time to do that as well, or any other Nars products you've been wanting to try. I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go back and pick up that concealer. And then the mini Biba palette, so good. I love it. If you don't mind that one color, Bruno, being a little bit patchy, it's so dark and pigmented, and it is that cream to matte formula, and I think it's just really hard to formulate these really dark shades. So I don't necessarily blame Natasha for me not liking that shade. I'm still using it, and a little will go a long way using it as a liner, and I think it works beautifully, and it's very long wearing as an eyeliner. So yeah, I would really recommend this palette. I'm really enjoying it. It's been a go-to since I picked it up. And then the cheek palette, the cheek and highlighter palette, I think this is a really nice product for on the go, because you can use your fingers to apply both. And if you need to retouch your makeup during the day, it's so easy to do that. You don't even have to have a brush with you. Your fingers will work beautifully with this product. It also comes in this really pretty tiny little compact that has a mirror, and it's large enough to use as your mirror to apply your lipstick and touch anything else up that you need to touch up. I think they're beautiful products. I can't say anything horrible about any of them. I'm very pleased with these purchases. If I wasn't, they wouldn't be here right now for me to show you, because when I shop at Sephora and when I shop at the sale mainly, that's when I pick up things I've been wanting to try. And if they don't work like I planned or hoped they would, they end up going back. And that's what's so great about Sephora. They have such a great return policy. So the fact that you're seeing them today shows you that I'm really enjoying them. If I reviewed them right after I used them and I wasn't pleased, I would have told you whether or not they were going to go back. I don't like to return things, but honestly, if they don't work like they say they're going to work, you should take them back. I think the companies want to know, because they're very high-end, luxurious brands, and they want to make beautiful products for you. So anyways, have you tried any of these products? Do you plan on trying any of these products? Just a quick, easy, get ready with me. It took a little longer because I'm always gabbing, but honestly, I could get this look done in like 10 minutes. And I hope you enjoyed this. Have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you next time.